Not many examples of people's customs, history and traditions can withstand hundreds and especially thousands of years. And although most of such remains today can only be found in museums, in Canada you can find real, live pieces of ethnic history, customs and knowledge on the menus of many diverse culinary establishments. Its heritage is legendary. Its customs are beautiful and intricate. Its cuisine is rich and diverse, reflecting thousands of years of innovation and development. In Canada, Indian cuisine is not just about flavors, but very much about heritage and the many shapes it takes on under loving care of its different proprietors.
This is our butter chicken. Wouldn't look nothing without some cream. And the main ingredient in butter chicken is these are dry fenugreek leaves. So we just crush them and put them on top. That adds flavor to the butter chicken without the tomato. The main ingredient in this butter chicken is our tomato sauce. We cook that for about 4 hours every day. So it's being cooked right now as well. This is Madras. This is a South dish, and the one thing that they love using are curry leaves. So these are curry leaves. We just usually garnish them on top. Very fragrant. There's a good fragrance with these, so that's why we use them. They're very nice. This is just steamed rice, like my mom said, used in every Indian dish or with every Indian dish. We like to garnish it with a bit of fried onions and coriander again. Coriander is something that goes on usually on every dish that we make. So I'm gonna add that to this one as well. And then there's added. Okay, fantastic. So we're from North India, Delhi, but our recipes inculcate all parts of India. So we have, when people come in from the south, we have south recipes, we have west. But we're from North India, and we've brought in a lot of the basics that people use in India. When people try to bring Indian food to Canada, what they do is they present the Indian food with a Canadian twist. We don't do that. We don't want to bring in a Canadian twist, so we bring in our Indian twist from back home. We don't like to create a fusion. We try to keep it as authentic as possible, and that's what my mom helps with.
I mean, they should feel home away from home. That's the thing. I mean, when they come, they should eat. They should, even the ambience, if you see, we believe that they should feel they're in India. Yeah. That feeling should be there.
So all our recipes have that, In India, if you look at the women in India, they're experts. They're amazing. So that's what they do.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying that's the only thing they do, but obviously they do their best. They do it amazing. And we just grew up loving the food that my mom cooks, and I just thought of bringing that in the restaurant. That's what we've done. Yeah.
And I've taught him all the recipes, and now he knows how to cook too.
A bit complicated, but it's good. Okay, so if someone asks me what does the butter chicken mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like I used the word tempering before. So in butter chicken, what you do is you usually cut off a slice of butter and you put it in tempering. So what that does is it kind of removes the flavor of the butter, and then you put in the spices. So the rest of them are made in oil, regular oil. That one's put in butter. So that's why it's called butter chicken. It's originally called murg makhni in India when you go back home. But over here, obviously, we call butter chicken. It's much easier. If someone asks me, I'd tell them that that's the reason it's called butter chicken. Butter chicken was, in fact, came across, I think, about 80 odd years ago. It was invented in that restaurant in India called Moti Mahal. It was made over there. And people still go over there to get the original or the traditional recipe. And most of the recipes keep changing. So the best thing about Indian food now is if you go to a different Indian restaurant, they're going to have a different recipe for it. Everyone's going to have a different recipe for it that they'll say is the correct one.
For us, the butter chicken, we first marinate the chicken and cook it in tandoor. And then we mix it with the curry. We don't just put directly chicken in. So that's a speciality. You'll get the tandoori flavor too in butter chicken.
Yeah. So that chicken is first marinated and then put in the oven. So the oven that this was made in, the naan, we put it in that oven, then we extract, and then we put it in the sauce. And the sauce, like I told you, it's cooked for about 4 hours. Every restaurant, they'll take it for half an hour, they'll boil it and remove it. Now, if you come to my kitchen right now, it's been going on since 11 and we take it off at 3.
Yes.
So the sauce is really, really maintained properly. So these traditions and recipes keep changing. There's no right or wrong. It's just what people accept, what people like, what flavors you can take off. What people will be like, you know what, this is something I haven't had, and people tell me, you know what, I'm addicted to your butter chicken. Like that's something I need. Like I need it today. I need it when we're close. For instance, in a snowstorm or something, they always tell us, you know what, like open, I need it. So I've seen that from people, and we've gone with the same recipes.
Some people have taken recipes from us for butter chicken also, and we have given them, and they come back and say, oh, it didn't taste the same. Then I said, what did you do? Did you cook the tomato sauce for 4 to 6 hours? No, I just cooked for half an hour. I was tired.
Yeah.
Said, no, you have to, the secret is it has to be cooked for 4 to 6 hours, depending. When I came to Canada, I started teaching, and I used to take in my school my dishes cooked by me, like chana masala, dal tadka, chicken curry. My teachers used to love it. They are from different nationalities and they used to love my food. And then I used to write recipes and give them, but then they never used to follow those recipes. So I said, why you don't follow? She said, because it's hard, there's no time, because we all know that we have busy lives. So I think that gave me an idea that why not, when people like my food and they're so busy in their lives, they can't follow my recipes, so why not, start something of my own where people can love our food and they can taste and they can feel the Indian, they cannot miss their home when they are here.
Yeah. In India, if you look at the women in India, they're experts. They're amazing. So that's what they do.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's the only thing they do, but obviously they do their best. They do it amazing. And we just grew up loving the food that my mom cooks, and I just thought of bringing that in the restaurant. That's what we've done. Yeah.
And I've taught him all the recipes, and now he knows how to cook too.
A bit complicated, but it's good. This is what normal Indian family would normally eat, because we have a variety of dishes. So we have the one from the west, that's the one from the south, that's Madras. That's all the way in the south of India. And then butter chicken, obviously, that comes from the north, including the dal as well. And this is Palak Paneer. This is kind of rounds everything off. It's a very healthy dish. We take fresh spinach, we boil it, we grind it. So it's all made in-house. We like to preserve the nutritious value of the dish as well. That is tandoori shrimps. So that's a bit of an add-on. People usually eat the shrimps either before or with. It depends. And it's just a bit of an add-on. Usually you won't find that, but it's just something that's really popular in India. The way it's done with the foil and stuff, people really like the decoration. So that's a different aspect of the food. People like to have home food, when they come to restaurants. Even they don't want to have a kind of like a machine making food. They want to have a homely touch to it, and that's what she's expert at giving at. And most of the recipes, I can say 80 to 85% of them, they all originate from what she's done at home.
I know that we grind fresh ginger garlic every day. Fresh corianders come every day. They're washed, chopped, and garnished. Dishes are garnished. So I know that we are using the fresh products every day. And I think that two things that connect a person to another place or another country is food and sports.
Yeah.
You come together, whether it's a sports game, you enjoy, you feel, oh, I'm back home. Yeah. And one is food. So that's what the advantage here is, that if we are bringing our own taste from back home and fresh dishes and fresh products and the same flavors, or the whole spices, people will love it and they'll get connected.
Correct. Yeah.
Hello everybody, my name is Dimitri and welcome to our kitchen. I'm very excited today because we're doing Indian cuisine today. And Chef Harminder joining our show, and he will prepare curry rice.
Of course.
Chickpea curry rice.
Yes.
Very nice to meet you and
Same
thank
here.
you so
It's a
much
pleasure to be here.
for coming. Can you show us what
Sure.
ingredients you brought and how we can combine everything
Sure.
together?
So today we're gonna make a very traditional curry, which is chickpeas curry.
Yeah.
It's all vegetarian and vegan. So here we have some chickpeas,
Yeah.
which I soaked and boiled ahead because they take time to
Yes.
cook. We have some finely chopped cooking onions.
Yeah.
And some finely chopped tomatoes.
Okay.
And then we have all different kinds of spices, which are gonna make our curry really beautiful and aromatic.
Smells good
you
already.
so
I
much.
love it.
Thank
I
you.
love it. Let's take all the ingredients
Of
and
course.
put it on the table.
Sure. Thank you.
You have so much stuff. Okay, let's move this here. All right, let's start. What we're gonna do first?
First, we're gonna start our heat. Get the pan to medium hot. We're gonna add a little bit of oil in the pan.
Okay, I'll do it for
to
you.
fry our spices. Maybe just a couple of tablespoons.
Okay, a little bit more.
We're gonna need a little bit more,
Okay.
just to cover the bottom of the pan. So this is
That's for spices, yeah?
yes. So once the oil is warm,
What is that?
these are
Caraway?
cumin seeds.
Cumin seeds.
Yeah,
Okay.
whole cumin. So it's about a teaspoon of cumin. If you can please stir
Sure,
it a little
yeah.
bit. So now you hear that crackling sound.
Yes.
Right? And the cumin is getting brown. Or
Onions.
finely chopped onions.
Great. Put it in. Smells good already. I like it.
Now we can add our turmeric powder.
I
we're
hear
gonna-
so many stories about cumin milk, and people are doing for health.
Right.
All that ingredients, combining, boiling. Color, good.
Color is good. So we can bring the heat to high. And
Yeah,
we keep stirring it. The onions are softening.
Yep.
Then we'll add our tomatoes. I think it's gonna take another minute or so.
Yeah, let's cover it up. Maybe it's going to be a little bit faster.
Right.
So we're going to add tomato next, yeah?
Right. So the tomatoes I have here, I'm just using the regular Roma tomatoes.
Okay.
And you don't need to de-seed these tomatoes. So they're nice and juicy. Lot of moisture, lot of water in it.
All right.
So we're just gonna add that.
Let
Now
me
we stir
stir
it
it
in,
for you,
please.
yeah.
I'm just gonna put it in the back.
You want me to cover?
Yes, please.
Already done.
So we have to wait for this to soften for about 5 to 7 minutes now. Maybe we can bring the heat to medium, please.
Okay.
Right. And now we just need to let them soften.
So you prepare rice. That's just to show people rice is ready. Our rice, no?
No, we're gonna
Oh,
cook
we're
some
gonna-
fresh rice.
Oh.
If you want, we can start them on the side.
Let's do
while,
it.
While this is going. So we turn this on, please. And now please add about a tablespoon of this vegetable oil in the pan.
Okay. Enough?
Should be good.
Yep.
The best way to cook rice is always on low heat. So once you combine all the ingredients, just cover the pot, let it cook slowly, because rice, they grow long on a really low heat. So that's one of the key to cook basmati rice. You cook
see.
them on a low heat.
Okay.
I have this quarter teaspoon of cumin.
Okay.
So cumin is frying now. So I have
So we're
put-
gonna wait till it's cracking, yeah?
Yes, so I have put my butter. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of butter.
Okay.
So you can just pull this out. And now we have already sourced the water. So we're gonna add the water in the fat.
Oy, 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 oy. So we have to boil water, yeah?
Yes. So let's bring this water to boil.
To boil. So let's cover up.
Right.
Salt we're not using?
We will add salt. You can add some salt to taste.
Okay.
Maybe another couple of pinch.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. We'll add a small cinnamon stick.
Cinnamon stick to the rice.
Right.
I love it already. Nice.
Thank you. And then I have some peppercorn and small pods of green cardamom.
Okay.
So they're very aromatic and they're going to give that nice burst of flavor to our food. So they're going in. And now we need to cover the rice and bring the water to boil.
Okay. Okay. Look at the water
So water
boiling.
is boiling.
In all your
all the
Herbs
spices.
are opened, yeah, and mixed.
Right, now we're gonna
Whole
please.
cup. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll use another spatula.
Yeah.
Because that spatula has some curry on it, so we'll use a fresh one.
Okay.
Just stir it a little bit. And now we have to wait for water to come to a boil once.
Yeah, and turn heat on a low, yeah?
Once it comes to boil, then we bring the heat to low, lowest possible, and cover the rice with tight lid so the steam doesn't escape.
Okay.
See, the water is coming to boil now,
yeah,
which is
so-
good. So bring it to the lowest possible.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Enough?
Now cover
like
that, please. And now we
How
just
long?
set our time for 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Exact 15 minutes.
I told you, we're not rushing anything.
Exactly. So once it starts boiling, we will add our coarsely grated garlic.
Okay.
So that's going in. And of course, our coarsely grated ginger, which is going to add a nice kick and a lot of bold flavors.
Wow, so many different spices. I can't
Right.
wait to try this dish.
Okay, so here we have our cardamom,
Okay.
about half a teaspoon. Cinnamon powder, half a teaspoon.
Not too much cinnamon?
No, it's good. So here we have some chili powder.
Chili powder, yeah.
Again, if you like hotter, you can add green chilies. If you don't like it that hot, you can skip the chilies.
Okay.
And now I have a tangy ingredient. It's called mango powder. So it's dried mango,
Wow.
which is going to make our curry really nice and tangy. So about...
Is that available already?
Yes, yes. You can get it from any Indian grocery store.
Never see before, you know.
Right. So you can just blend this in.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I'm going to add the coriander, coarsely grated coriander. So that's going in. Also, I'm going to add a quarter teaspoon of ground cloves.
Okay.
Very, very bold flavors. So that's going in. And a quarter teaspoon of black cardamom. It has a very smoky flavor. Like, you know, the green cardamom has very sweet.
Yeah.
The black
And
cardamom,
this is smoky.
this is smoky.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So this goes very well with obviously vegetarian dishes, plus with the red meats. If you're doing like a lamb or a beef curry,
Okay.
you know, you could use this. So this will be nice. Okay. So now we see all the spices and all the things are mixed well.
Yeah.
Now we can add another
More
half
water.
cup of water and cover it for about 2 to 3 minutes.
A little bit for me. So good.
So now we see it's softened already.
Yeah.
So we could just transfer it on our board and blend it into a sauce
Okay.
with our immersion blender.
So I can turn this off.
So here we have our sauce, and now I'm going to use the immersion blender.
Okay.
Make sure you put the immersion blender upright, not like this, otherwise it's going to spill. So go slow.
I used to be vegetarian for 1 year, and I used to buy Indian food, packages, frozen, organic, in the grocery stores.
Right.
And this helps, you know, especially people who are vegetarian. You want to eat something different every day, you know, and this is amazing dish.
And you know what? The best part about this particular dish, all the ingredients are so wholesome and so good for you, and it's gluten free.
Very good.
Right.
So let's add chickpeas and a little bit more water, yeah? No water, enough?
I think the water should be good, but if you like the sauce a bit thin, you can always add water.
Okay. So do you want to check the rice? Because for me looks...
I'm looking at the time
done,
right now, so
no?
we still have another 5-7 minutes,
Okay.
and then we'll be done with the rice in next 5-7 minutes. So to me, the sauce is a little bit chunky. I like it that way, but if you like it smoother, even thinner,
This is perfect.
you can add water to it. So
spicy enough. Flavors, not too much. You can feel chickpeas and taste the rice.
Exactly.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for watching. Until next time, guys. Mwah! Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
When I came to Canada about 17 years ago, I saw that most of the Indian restaurants served buffet, and which is very unheard of in India, where I came from, to have Indian food in a buffet. Buffet is like at a wedding you go and that's it. Like at a restaurant, there's a whole different experience.
And for myself, I'm Canadian born and I've been in the food and beverage industry most of my life. And I saw a huge gap in upscale Indian, and not obviously knowing much about it, I kind of dove into it about 12 years ago. Very passionate about not only the food, but the culture. So Harsh and I crossed paths, and here we are, a few years later. Funny enough, I used to live right near Little India in the east part of the city, and that was always my experience of Indian food. And really, to be honest, it was somewhere you went for, a cheap bite, or the buffet, that $9.99 buffet that sat in the back corner of the restaurant. And I didn't really understand what the cuisine was all about. And I think after I got more informed and went to some more upscale restaurants, it was like, wow, there is so much more beyond what people don't know about. From basically the different regions of India. People ask us now, what part of India do you focus on? Well, it's such a vast country, and there's so many different styles and regions. Right now, we're just one great Indian restaurant. We kind of draw from various parts of the country.
We do serve Indian food, but we have packaged it differently. And is it authentic? I believe it's very true authentic. The sauces, the base sauces, the people who are cooking are as authentic as it could come. Yeah. And so we are very proud of what we have done. Is like we have just repackaged the brand, and we're excited that a lot of people have understood our vision. And Derek and I had a vision of having a restaurant which serves amazing Indian food and as authentic it can be. So we are trying one of the signature items here. This is pakka chaat. Pakka chaat's a very traditional, chaat's a very traditional Indian street snack or a food, but we have our own version in where we have puff rice, mung beans, chickpea, mango, apple, potato, sweet potato, tamarind chutney, mint and coriander chutney, and yogurt, and some pomegranate seeds on the top. It's very refreshing, it's very fresh, it's a great way to start the meal. So this is what our signature item is, pakka chaat. And after that we have our lamb lollipops or lamb chops. We do this with turmeric and fenugreek curry. The principle behind it is more like a creme fraiche, but we have done our Indian version on it with we add a little bit of cream, we add a little bit of fenugreek, turmeric just to give the Indian spicing. But the technique that we cook is very lightly, it's not oily. So that's one of the innovations that we've done. It's like more of it is influenced by the French cooking, but it's less oily or less heavy.
My background, I'm a sommelier, and I've worked in a lot of restaurants in Toronto and beyond where we have great wine programs. But traditionally that is with those cuisines that are typically paired, i.e. French or Italian or Spanish, for example. So we've worked really hard at experimenting and introducing people to enjoying wine with Indian food.
I also might like to add one thing, and a lot of people think beer is the best match with the Indian food, which I totally disagree. Beer before Indian food is amazing, after Indian food is great, but during the meal it's not that great, because it just does not go well at all. It's just people think it's going to wash the spice or something. It does not go well at all.
We make Riesling really, really well. So this is exactly what I pulled off the shelf. Is a 2017 Riesling from the Niagara region. You can be the judge, but it's it's dry, but still has a little bit of residual sugar. And when chemistry comes in, the warmth of Indian spices and a little bit of sweetness on the wine, they kind of work together. They match, but they also offset each other. The sugar will bring down the spice level, and the spice level will elevate the wine. So works really well with the food. Yeah, it's funny, just after we opened, we had a very, well-known chef that came to visit us and wished us best luck, and he had dinner by himself. And one thing he said to us was, you're not going to be educating your customers, you're going to have to re-educate them, because there's a perception of what Indian food is. And as he said, it's so beyond what people think of it hot and spicy. It's about a layering and a balance of spices as opposed to spicy. So that's probably what we focused on the most, and one person at a time.
India was colonized by the Brits for 200 years, and there was a huge influence of Indian food in the British cuisine, and so when people migrated from England and other parts of the world to come this part of the world, so they did bring some spices with them, and they did bring the Indian spices. And butter chicken did become one of the go-to items for people to come and enjoy it. So I think very strongly the reason it is butter chicken is if we're going to explain a pasta for Italian food is not only pasta, right? And it's butter chicken is equivalent to a pasta for everybody to understand that this is Indian food. So it is just a very easy introduction, and it's easy. It's not overly, as we've been saying it's not only not about butter chicken. It's not overly powerful. It's not spicy. It's flavorful. So it's not hot, and so people do correlate with it not being that hot.
I will add, it is the ultimate comfort food, and that's what really butter chicken is about. It has cream, it has butter, and the protein, and you eat it and you feel good. So it's probably the comfort food of Indian food, and it's really the segue in that people will try butter chicken, and then their threshold will expand from there.
I went to India to get married, and my wife is Caucasian Canadian, and her mother grew up in the rural Winnipeg areas of Manitoba, and we went to India. She would not eat Indian food in India, so we tried everything to feed her, but she only ate Wonder Bread and butter all 7 days or 9 days of the wedding when she was there. But when we came back after the wedding, and I said I'm going to do this, and then she came to support her son-in-law to say I've opened a restaurant. She came to try the food, and I'm telling you, she cannot get enough of pakka. So that's the exciting part. If I can convert my mother-in-law, who grew up in Manitoba, and now she just loves pakka, and that is what we have achieved over the years.
At a distance of over 11,000 kilometers from its place of origin, this cuisine is not only preserved but celebrated here in Canada. Its diversity is beautiful, and its culture is inspiring many who try it. In Indian cuisine, flavors and traditions make for an unforgettable experience. Thank you for joining us.